making Pokemon types more accurate. Imagine a Pokemon world where you can replace existing types from your favorite Pokemon. In this video, we focus on Pokemon that has close ties to the Kanto region. Charizard and Mega Charizard Y should both be Fire and Dragon types, akin to Mega Charizard X. With their large wings, horned heads, and fire-breathing abilities, they exhibit dragon-like appearances reminiscent of creatures from European folklore. This makes Fire and Dragon typing fitting choices. Additionally, both Pokemon can learn powerful dragon moves such as Dragon Pulse and Dragon Claw. Next up are Blastoise and Mega Blastoise, which should be Water and Steel types. Both are equipped with powerful, fully metallic, and mechanized rocket cannons on their shells, capable of firing highly pressurized water jets, reminiscent of tanks. This alignment is reinforced by Blastoise's ability to naturally learn Flash Cannon, a Steel-type move. Next is Arbok, which I believe should be a Poison and Dark-type Pokemon. According to the Pokédex, it uses its frightening patterns on its belly to intimidate prey before cruelly constricting them while they are petrified in fear. This behavior aligns with many Dark-type Pokemon, known for their vicious and cruel dispositions. Additionally, Arbok learns a variety of Dark-type moves like Crunch, Snarl, and Lash Out. The next Pokemon is Ninetales, which I believe should be a Fire and Ghost type. Ninetales is based on the Kitsune, a fox in Japanese folklore said to possess supernatural and mystical powers. Kitsune, sometimes translated to mean fox spirit, is known for its ability to manipulate fire and deceive humans. According to one of its Pokédex entries, Ninetales is believed to be able to lay curses on people who touch its tails, further emphasizing its mystical and supernatural nature. Therefore, a ghost type suits Ninetales well, reflecting its mystical and spiritual characteristics. Next up is Parasect, which I believe should be a bug and ghost type. Parasect is unsettling in nature, as multiple Pokédex entries describe it as mostly dead, devoid of nutrients due to being drained by the parasitic mushroom on its back. This portrayal suggests that Parasect is essentially a zombie bug with no will of its own. Even its Gen 1 sprite looks like nightmare fuel. Therefore, the ghost type suits Parasect well, symbolizing its status as an empty shell or vessel. Next up is Golduck, which I believe should be a Water and Psychic type. This choice seems obvious, as multiple Pokédex entries mention Golduck's possession of telekinetic powers, which it demonstrates when its forehead glows mysteriously. Next up are Galarian Farfetch'd and Sirfetch'd, which I believe should be fighting and flying types. Despite being flightless birds, a few Pokemon, such as Doduo and Dodrio, have the flying type. Galarian Farfetch'd and Sirfetch'd even learn a number of flying moves like Dual Wing Beat and Brave Bird, further supporting this typing choice. The next Pokemon is Cloyster, which I believe should be a Water and Rock type. Cloyster is based on a clam, which belongs to the bivalve mollusk family. Its shell primarily comprises calcium carbonate, a common compound found in rocks. Multiple Pokédex entries state that its shell is so hard that it can repel even the toughest attacks. Therefore, the Water and Rock typing reflects Cloyster's tough and defensive nature. Next up are Gastly, Haunter, Gengar, and Mega Gengar. Gastly's Pokédex entries mention its gaseous composition made up of poison gases, making a Ghost and Poison typing accurate for Gastly. However, I believe that Haunter, Gengar, and Mega Gengar should be Ghost and Dark types instead. While their bodies are still composed of poisonous gases even after evolution, their Pokédex entries speak of their evil and malicious natures. These creepy ghost Pokemon are depicted as capable of causing harm to people in various ways. The Dark type aligns with the cruel and malicious nature of these scary Pokemon. Coming up next is Marowak, which I believe should be a ground and fighting type instead. In the anime, Marowak is portrayed as a skillful close-range combatant, specializing in using its Bone Club as a weapon. Marowak spins, throws, and even uses the Bone Club to pummel its opponents. Given its proficiency with weaponry, it's fitting for Marowak to have the fighting typing in addition to ground. This typing reflects its prowess in both physical combat and ground-based abilities. Next up are Chansey and its evolved form, Blissey, which I believe should be normal and fairy types. Many existing fairy-type Pokemon, such as Wigglytuff, Togekiss, and Clefable, have cute physical appearances. Furthermore, Chansey and Blissey possess healing and regenerative powers, aligning with the fairy typing's association with nurturing and protective qualities. Additionally, these Pokemon learn a wide range of fairy-type moves like Disarming Voice, Charm, and Dazzling Gleam, further supporting the inclusion in the fairy-type category. Next up is Pinsir, a pure bug Pokemon that I believe should have a secondary fighting typing. Pinsir is based on stag beetles, known for their physical strength and inclination towards fighting. It's depicted as a tough fighter who excels in melee combat, preferring to lock opponents in submission, moves, or throw them off balance with its horns. This is reflected in its ability to learn many fighting-type moves such as Bulk Up, Close Combat, Vital Throw, and Submission. Next is Gyarados, which I believe should be a water and dragon type. According to Chinese mythology, the carp that could swim upstream and leap the falls of the Yellow River at Dragon Gate would transform into a dragon. Gyarados bears a strong resemblance to dragons from Chinese folklore, making the water and dragon typing a fitting choice. Next up are Porygon, Porygon-2, and Porygon-Z, which I believe should be normal and electric types. As man-made Pokemon, they are essentially robots powered by electricity. Given their artificial nature and ability to use a wide range of electric attacks, the electric typing suits this trio perfectly. Next up are Dratini and Dragonair, which are pure dragon types, and Dragonite, which is a dragon flying type. I propose that they should all be dragon and water types instead, given their aquatic origins. In the anime, Dragonite and its evolutionary line inhabit an island called Dragonite Island, located in the middle of the ocean. Additionally, they demonstrate an ability to learn a variety of water moves, further supporting the water typing. Finally, the mythical Pokemon Mew, which should be a psychic and fairy type. Mew possesses both telekinetic and magical powers, and given its mysterious and playful nature, it aligns well with the fairy typing. And there we have it, giving Kanto Pokemon more accurate typings. So you agree with my choices? Let me know what you think on the comments, and see you in the next video featuring Pokemon from the Johto region.